ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Oasis.
Thank you.
No, not that Oasis. The new map. It's now out on the PTR. It's called Oasis, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the lore and background of this map, and taking a look at some of the different stages of it, because this is an objective map. Well, technically everything is an objective, but it's a capture the objective map. So, in the same vein as Lijiang Tower and Ilios, this is a game mode that features as a single objective. And it has three different maps, or map variations that it takes place on. So, Oasis actually is a city. It's an artificial sort of creation in the middle of the Arabian desert. In the same way that cities like Dubai are well known for reclaimed islands, artificial islands, and so on, this city is kind of like that. You see, it features a big body of water, and you can see sand going off into the distance on some of the parts of the map. And you can also see that quite a lot of the buildings seem to be built on top of this water. So quite a lot of it appears to be kind of artificially made. And that's no surprise, because Oasis itself was intended to be the pinnacle of human innovation. It is meant to be the place where the best and brightest minds are able to practice their intellectual arts, if you will. So, one of the stages of the map is a university, and the university campus itself, or the university grounds, features a lecture hall, which is inaccessible, but it can be viewed through a window, and the main objective takes place on the square or plaza in the middle of the building. Now, a lot of this particular map is indoors. You're going to notice there's quite a lot of close quarters, there's a bit of aerial vertical movement, but what's interesting about this map is that not only does it feature a sort of elevated flanking route, which we have seen before on some of these maps, but if you remember Dorado inside the Lumerico power plant, that catwalk that you walk along, this is kind of similar because you go up these stairs and you can actually see down onto the point. And the other thing that's interesting about this map is it has a sort of circular hole in the middle of the objective, much in the same way that the well stage of Ilios has the well in the middle of it. This is more like a tunnel. There's an underground section that goes below the objective, and that while you can't capture the objective from below it, it only provides the flankers and faster characters a means of escape. It also provides you with an alternate means of getting up there. So if you're playing Pharah, you can fly straight up through the hole, of course, but you can also do that with Widowmaker, you can do that with Lucio and Genji, as well as Hanzo. And of course, going back the other way works just as well with any character that's capable of falling. But the main thing is, the main theme that we can see in Oasis, and you're going to see this on the other maps that I'm showing here as well, is that all of the objectives now have much greater verticality to them, and that's not just the amount of vertical space, but also the multi-level nature of a lot of these objectives. From having the little hole in the middle of the university stage, to later on, I believe, the next stage that we're showing here. Yep, this is the one. It has a boost pad, and it also has several ledges above the objective. So you can actually see that how this verticality is going to play into it when characters that aren't capable of flying suddenly can fly. Now, these boost pads were last seen in the Lucio Ball game mode, which is kind of interesting. These were the things that allow you to sort of bounce your way across the map in Lucio Ball. So this is actually a more powerful version of the thing, although it doesn't give you as much forward momentum as it does upward. So you are actually able to launch yourself directly onto the point using something like this, especially if you're on a character that is kind of ground-locked. A character like, for example, Reaper, maybe. So if you're a fan of the Death from Above Beyblade, then you might actually be able to do that maneuver very easily with this jump pad, simply because it will throw you up there. But I'm sure a lot of more creative players will be able to find uses for that as well. The next stage that we're seeing here takes place in a sort of harbour area. So one of the spawn rooms that you can see here is, it has a boat sitting right in there, and you can actually walk on top of this boat as well. But the main thing is, the map area on this one features a lot more drops on the outside. So if you're a fan of knocking people off the edge, this map seems to be more catered to that. One interesting thing that I did find about this one, because you have a lot of vertical catwalks, or you have elevated platforms that you can stand on right above the point, this particular stage is the first one I've seen for any Overwatch map where being on an elevated position lets you capture the point too. I believe the only other one was Nepal on the shrine level. If you are on top of the shrine, you're actually able to still contest the point. But you're not actually able to stand up there. But this is an actual proper platform you can stand on where you can still contest points. So that's going to be an interesting stage to play. One thing that I did find while exploring on this particular stage as well is there is a little ledge slightly above the point. Now, I don't know if this is going to get patched out or whether this is intentional, but there's a little ledge that you can actually stand on. Now, I was playing as Farah and I landed on that point, and you can actually look straight down onto the objective and a couple of the entrances going onto it and fire down from there without any danger of falling off. It's actually quite easy to stand on if you're able to land there. And it has this nice little bit of vegetation that comes down, which for a lot of smaller characters might actually mean that you can actually hide yourself under there. So you might actually be able to hide quite sneakily and snipe from there. Now, I did try with Hanzo. It doesn't appear that Hanzo can actually climb up this wall all the way. It's slightly outside of his reach, but perhaps Widowmaker might be able to climb up there. So we're going to see exactly who can make it up to this particular ledge. But I'm giving you guys a good look at it anyway, because maybe you guys can test it out for yourself on the PTR. But, yeah, I'm having a look at the map as well. I've been looking for little Easter eggs and sort of lore tidbits and stuff. And aside from the overall layout and the background of the maps, there isn't much here just yet. It appears that the map just isn't finished yet. It's lacking a lot of clutter, if you will. Most of the maps so far that are in Overwatch, they tend to feature a lot of little objects lying everywhere. Like little bits of trash and clutter and props and so on. And the Oasis map just seems to be lacking that right now. And I think it's most likely because the map just isn't finished yet. But one thing that I did notice was, and this is on the first stage, the university stage, the spawn room features something quite strange in it. There is a sort of black mass that is sitting in the spawn room, and I've been trying to figure out exactly what this is supposed to be, because there are a couple of these little drones. Incidentally, the drones flying around, I tested it out. You can shoot them, or at least it seems like bullets and stuff go through them. I'm not entirely certain about that, but I did try to put a Symmetra turret on them, and it doesn't seem to work. But interestingly enough, the drones flying around do seem to match the style, at least, of the Vishkar Corporation's sort of hard-light structure. So it's possible that Vishkar might be involved on this map. But going back to this black object that's in the spawn room, and now it looks like some sort of virus cell. You know, it's round, it's got these spikes on it, and it's dark in color, but it has a sort of glossy sheen to it. And the drones appear to be scanning it, so it doesn't look like it's something that's being projected. It's probably an object that is under observation. I mean, after all, the university is researching a number of things, so this could be something that they're looking into, but I don't entirely know what this is. Now, I've been speculating it could be dark matter, but I have no idea how dark matter would appear in Overwatch's universe. At the same time, it could be an alien artifact, it could have been something from outer space, it could be anything, but I'm not entirely certain what this is. I've been looking through the lore, trying to find evidence that points towards something in particular, but I haven't really found anything that I would definitely say it is for now. Hopefully we do get a little bit more lore on the Oasis map as time goes on, because it would be interesting to find out what the actual objective of this map is supposed to be. After all, every other map has had some sort of story objective in it, from Route 66, the recovery of a what appears to be a bomb, to King's Row pushing a EMP device into an Omnic factory. That actually appears to be what that is. But I can't seem to see what it is for Oasis just yet, so we'll have to see what the lore turns out to be, but hopefully it comes out sooner rather than later. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think this dark object actually is, and what do you think the Oasis map's full story is going to be? After all, this is a map that is going to be kind of interesting to play because it features so many different things in it that we haven't really seen on other maps before, from the jump pad in there to environmental hazards, which haven't been, you know, a part of Overwatch for a long time. The only environmental hazard has been falling off the map. But now you have moving traffic as well, which is going to prove to be quite interesting. You can interact with the cars that are driving along, you can attach things to them for as long as they're there, but they will kill you if they hit them, or if they hit you, rather, because they are quite fast and quite dangerous. So, it'll be interesting to see how this map plays out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.